back to this time design. I will be showing you this design. I've already done this in videos. Remember this area over here and this area over here. Okay, now we'll get into that design because these will go here. They're going to be in the next design. Wait and see. This is the big one, and next I'm going to be showing you the small one. Thank you for watching. One design almost looks like a frog, right? If the frog's head is this way, it's not to his side. That's the basic understanding. This is the greatest distance. If you want to check it out, this is the greatest distance. This is inside the house, and this is inside the house, okay? Inside the house. You see the way we connect right over here? Just like we're doing this. You see this is 2 to create 1. This is 1 and 1, right? 1 up, 1 down, creating the same idea over here that we see. So this is what we have over here, and this is what it looks like. And this is what the corners own for themselves. Okay, this is what the corners own for themselves. Now what we're left with over here is all the corners own the in-between bridges. All the corners own the in-between bridges. Okay. That's all that's left, is this area over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each area condensed to 4, 4, 4, and 4. But each area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th area. Inside, 16 over here, 4, 4, 4, and 4, 32. 32, and then 4 out, 36 creation. Now I can continue on, but I want to show you the bond. When you draw it this way, okay, when you draw it this way, okay, then what happens is everything seems to just change just a little bit, and now the designs have become the same. So my question in tow, okay, is how do I link all of these items? I stretch each item around in its own. I stretch each item around in its own the same way I came out on these sides is the same way I'll come out on this side, and the same way I'll come out on this side, leaving this design perfect. We connected inside this side, all the sides have been connected now, and now they have an overlay to which will fit into this design. Can we see the exact designs, right? We usually see this to enter. You see the way they turn this way when you go into a chapel, the way they turn this way when you go into the chapel, the same way the doorways when we turn into the chapel. They're all the same Lady Marys. Why is Lady Mary there? Because that's the design she makes. That's what they called her, Lady Mary. See if I can get a little bit of color into this. You can see the 2 devilish eyes right over here. Yeah. Depending how you want to color it to change the upper and lower part. And over here, we're going to put a nice spell in the center over here. We're going to design this one over here, right, with the red. Color these in so we can see where they are. Color this one in at the bottom. Remember, we have 3, and the other one that I'm going to color in pink. Because it's different. Remember, if this one is here, this one is pointing here. We always need a guide, right? If you take the radial dial, you turn it all the way around. It never goes all the way around. You don't go from over here to fast all the way over here and then back to slow again. It goes back this way. As you go fast, you have to slow down the same way. Well, this is your dial. This is your dial. Now I'm stuck for my big blue. I'd like to bring my blue in here and see now these, right? You understand this area is now being connected to this area. The only way to do it is whatever science shows you, and science is going to guide you, and it's going to guide you through your body, right? Isn't that what's happening right now? I'm being guided because I never did this before in my life, and I just know what its own truth is in the art because I'm doing the art. So the art of this energy, okay, you see where they come together? See all the separations, they come together? Over and under, over and under, over and under, over and under. It's a weave, it's a weave. It all fits together. It's a weave. It creates the strongest bond. Then we're going to just go over there. Just go over there, come over here, and then I knew I'd have to put this in blue. You know what I'm saying? I knew I'd have to put that in blue. There you go. So now you're not sure, right? Now you're not sure. See, it's not coming up. You see the way this is coming up from here, right? And this is coming up from here. The only thing that's different is over here. Look at these 2 pieces. These have come up together to go this way. So what does this design bring you now? What have I done? I'm not really sure yet, but I will tell you that if I put a little eye over here, this would be my first Pac-Man. if I put an eye here and an eye here, this would be my bird, right? But if I really just put a stand over here to lean on, right? If I want just to put a stand over here to lean on, maybe I'll just have the club and you won't see the round anymore because the round and the stand have to go together, otherwise it doesn't stand up. Oh no, Mr. Bill, these can be as big gloves. So this is the basic setup of what I will now put over here. Now when I do this one, because I didn't take any pictures, okay, it'll be the same design. I have to take this and put it over the top of this to see the continued effect. Where am I going to go now? Hold on a second. Brings you into something new that I've always worked on, okay? Always worked on. STR is a 57 combination, 3 times 19. 19, 19, and 19. The first 19, A and I. Second 19, A and I, A and I, A and I. It's all A and I. We're not going to count the letter S. We're going to count the singular digits. By doing this, I get a single down 1, and then I and I 18 is 9. A and A is 2, I and I 18 is 9 and 1. You get 1, 9, 2, 9, 1. The spirit in Venus and the birth inside the spirit. These 3 over here, this is a representation of the same number that runs inside the moon, C and E, which means any craps. Any craps means 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 6 and 5 I think is included in that. These numbers over here is 3 times 17. This is the moon, this is Mars. The difference is a 2. The difference is B, 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 B. But we go 1 and 7, 1 and 7, 1 and 7, and we get 1, 5, 2, 5, 1. 15, 51. I do this because I know what this is. This is Jesus, okay? Birth of Jesus inside Mars, which is part of the 17, 18, 19, because in French, they say 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9. And when you go to CB codes, 10, 7, 10, 8, and 10, 9, you have to understand there's levels. 10, 16, 10, 25, 10, 32, 10, 43, etc. These are all 7s, 10, 7. So whatever is not here, okay, if these have other codes to them, then 10, 7 might be the one that's missing. But this is what they say in French, 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9. They don't say it the other way. So we get this official here. Now, because it's 3 times, I'm going to use 3 in the front. And I'm going to go 1 and 3 is 4, 5 and 3 is 8, 2 and 3 is 5, 5 and 3 is 8. Right away, I know it's in the middle system. Mars and in the center. Down the 2, 5, and 8, 2, 5, and 8, 2, 5, and 8, but it's inside of Mars. So instead of just going down the center, Mars shows a triangle, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? But we're already coming from 2 into 4, 6 rotation and on number planet 8. 2 and 6 equals to that 8. 4 and 4 equals to that 8. 6, 2 plus 2 equals to the 4 plus the division because 4, okay, is actually made from 1 dot here, 1 dot here, and 1 dot here. 4 is created from 3. Excuse me, 4 is created from 2. The 5 is created from 3 because when you split these 2 rows in the 3 dot, in the 3 key, right, you automatically get this, the opposite sides, the outsides. You follow what I'm saying? Here is number 4. Number 4 means a dot was here and a dot was here that spread these apart, or a dot was here and a dot was here that spread them apart. That's what keeps them apart. There's no dot in between, but these empty spaces create the triangle that encompasses the 1 dot in the center, creating 4 with 1, the DNA cycle. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for listening. Caught on camera, the truth. How can you relate to something in life if you can't understand it? The tomato that grows above ground, okay, hanging in the air, is round. The zucchini that lies on the ground is more like a length of a potato. How are vegetables grow? Plants that extend in their own, that grow up and branch, like pineapples, spinach, and kale, we have the potato. In order to cut this potato, okay, exactly, to only have 4 sides, I must take off way more than this, leaving that there is more life on the skin, okay? If you want to keep less life on the skin, okay, you would have to use one of those little things. How many of those peels of those little things do you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd probably need 336 of them to get around this minimum. So to cut off this angle without cutting twice, the only way to cut off this angle without cutting twice is to cut like this. But I have to cut up. If I don't cut up, okay, I don't get this side. And if I take too much of this side and make it square, I have too much of the other side of the earth. So that's 1 cut, 2 cuts, 3 cuts, 4 cuts. So I need 8 cuts to get around to get 1. 1 is the 9th. The 9th area is the whole thing. That simplifies it. Now if I take 9 and I split them in half, is it 5 and 5? Does it have any life? Unless I put it back together with something that keeps it together to grow together, I now have 5 and 5. Life and life. Now this one will grow again and extend its other end. It'll grow to a full potato. This can only be a flower. That's the way I'm understanding. This, split in half now, can only be the flower. Or we plant it down, and what grows up? Remember what grows out of potatoes. Now, I'm